Question is, does she want treats? Not treats, treats. Here, let's see. Let's see. Whoop. She does. Oh, I love it. I love the angle. Rihanna, is the crunch the way you need it to be? That's question one. I don't know about human treats are candies. They can be soft, they can be hard, I guess. With kitty cat, what is your situation? Now, the most important thing is, all right, I'm going to stop touching her because she's eating. That's not always the best. But let's face it. She's purring. And she's going to really enjoy these treats. I give them to her once, every other day. Look at them eyes. Hi, kid. You know your owner's weird, so get over it. Okay. Episode 20 of Playing in Traffic is it's actually going to be filmed today on North Broad Street, North Philly. And just wanted to document a building that sits here at Broad and Germantown, because you're never really sure. I know it's been purchased over the past few years, and there's a floor plan for it to be, you know, residential, retail, 168-piece residential retail building. But today we're filming this November 15th, 9 a.m. in the morning, and it's a nice crisp 45 degrees out here. What we're going to document is a legendary piece of graffiti, and actually a newer piece of graffiti that I just recently noticed. It's probably been up there for a little bit, but we want to hit that as well. So welcome to episode 20 of Playing in Traffic, and we're at Broad and Germantown. It needs to be like the best angle to hit this building. So yeah, again, the Beury building, Broad and Germantown, and of course, like, we're like checking out the old iconic paint roller graph of Forever Boner. Now, do we think there's a chance that they're going to keep that in some type of renovation? I'm going to say it's probably very doubtful that they're going to do that. I mean, who's going to actually say they're going to do they're going to leave Boner on the side of a building? You know what I mean? I don't see it. I've been hearing them say that they may do that, but or leave it in some kind of way. I don't see how that's possible. But let's talk about it without staring at the building. So when you first like look at that building and go, oh, a Forever Boner sounds interesting. It really don't, but to think that somebody wrote Forever Boner, I'm pretty sure there's a story contrary to that. That's not what that is. My understanding is there's two completely different graph artists, and I believe Boner is actually from New York, and my understanding is Forever is from Frankfurt, and they just paint. They just paint obviously in the Philly area, because this is in Philly. And that's really what that is. And it's actually on both sides of the building. So it faces north and south. And we're going to shoot that as well. I also see Smile up there, S-M-Y-L-E. I think I've seen Smile almost more often than most. Let's just say that. Fair statement for me anyway, personally. So this is kind of a roundabout of the Beury building. basically the base of the building, and shoot down here and see if we can get a little freaking angle. I really want to talk about that piece right there, because that piece is banging, period. So you can see they have, I mean, I'm probably not even looking at the entry points, but I could see entry points right there. But they got it all, well, they got it fenced off to a degree. Yeah, so here's the north side. But anyway, the plans are for a renovation here. And I will make sure to actually document when that happens. I can't even imagine when they're going to start breaking ground. I just see the fence put up. Other than that, I don't really see, there's not like a construction or anything like that around. But yeah, so Boner Forever was put up there, my understanding is in 2008, and it's iconic. I mean, literally, you can't enter Philly from the north, right? Or leave it from the south heading north without seeing that paint. And that paint is absolutely iconic, and it's two artists. I'm actually going to try to track down more of both artists' work, because it's all over the city. So I'm going to try to do a little of that over time. We'll see how that plays out. But I do want to go over to the other side and check that other piece that's roaming down. So yeah, I did want to shoot that, but that's dope, because having seen a lot of like old buildings and warehouses where you're hanging out windows, I see the need for the paint roller, but that looks like a completely different. I'm pretty sure they had to roll it, but it's just a completely different vibe, man. The black trim with the white is really, that's sharp. I'm gonna send this to my boy, send a photo of my boy, and see if he can recognize the actual artist. But that is amazing, and it's amazing that knowing that that's sitting right next to the Forever Boner. So I just wanted to come by here before, God knows when they're going to start working on everything and blah blah blah, get rid of it and clean it and whatnot. But we're going to just post that for posterity's sake, and I'm going to wander down to my next spot. Coming up on an iconic building, my favorite boxer of all time, Philadelphia's own Joe Frazier's Gym. That's it right here. I'm gonna go maybe backside of the rear of the rear building of Joe Frazier's Gym right here. Right there. There we go. Let's get on some of this brick. Gotta love this. The nostalgia of this. What a legend, Joe Frazier. Just absolute freaking wrecking machine. My favorite fight had to be the Ali fight, the MSG fight. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I'm sure that was his favorite fight too. I bet. Yeah, there's no denying that. Joe Frazier's Gym right here. You see the lettering right over home gallery. And a pair of boxing gloves right over here on either side of the lettering. I love that too. Look at this. Right? I'm glad that still shows. That's important. But yeah, Joe Frazier's Gym. And this is what? Glenwood, Broad Street. So I'm actually riding right now. Lovely. I love this building right here. Love it. But I'm actually riding right now along Broad Street. Not too far from the intersection right behind me is Lehigh Ave. So, yeah. So anyway, right along this stretch, and with this wall right here to this, whatever this building is, I'll have to get the actual street borders, because this is Huntington Street right here in front of me. This was the Baker Bowl. Who played at the Baker Bowl? The Phillies, the Athletics, the Eagles. I'm gonna put some dates and like years and stuff or to coincide with this little visual. But all along here and right here, right in this area, trying to imagine the dimensions of a baseball field, would have been like the right field wall, 60 feet high by the time the build, like it wasn't 60 feet right away, but they eventually built the right field wall at 60 feet high, which is pretty much an amazing, there goes amazing again, let me use another word, incredible, like to imagine, because Fenway Park's Green Monster in left field is actually 37 feet high. So that had to be pretty iconic looking. So you have the Baker Bowl right here, and this building right here, this triangular piece of brilliance, 10 stories. It's the triangle for me. Like, I know there's a few of these around. Definitely going to give it credit to the developer as well of it, because it's amazing. It's one of a kind. And let's zip around here real quick and get a little visual from this corner here. So Ford Motor Companies, I guess I'd love to know what was up on that stand on the roof. I'm going to say it was probably Ford Motor Companies, because they were in here, and I was just reading a little info backstory on this building. Again, Botany 500 building, that's this historical name of it, but it housed Ford Motor Companies at a time where they were producing thousands and thousands of helmets for World War I soldiers fighting in the war, World War I. So it's like, I know that was what I had just read. So this, wow. I never knew what this building was about. I came today to not only see it, kind of stand next to it and maybe do a little roundabout, but that building was here for. Ford Motor Companies. The Botany 500 building. Definitely 10 stories. I'm not going to wander too much further into there than that, because that's giving asbestos vibes. But that was that. Let's see if I can get across here. A little better look. There's more. The old Broad Street angle. Get up here a little more. Here. Smile. Okay. I see you up here, buddy. Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the sidewalk for now. This is definitely Broad Street. Just the energy is, there's a lot of it. I remember as a kid, I was at a funeral in South Philly. My parents took me to, and it's kind of parlays right into like what I do now, what I've been doing my whole life. Is just always wanting to see things and just be out and about and experiencing new things and just getting vibes. And I remember that funeral because I remember, you know, obviously different times. It was probably like the 70s. I bet you I was probably about 10, maybe 12. And I told my parents I was going out front. And this was probably like around Broad and Wolf. And like Broad and Wolf. And I walked all the way to City Hall. Or walked pretty darn close to it. I was like, man, that building looks so cool. And living in Oxford Circle, you know, we didn't see much of Center City. And, you know, like, so that was a big deal. And I still love it today, you know what I mean? I know, you know, it is what it is, man. It's what I like to do. At least shoot Max's. Never been in there. See that nice Kevin Hart mural up in the middle there. Different vibes. I hear people talking about Max's, but it's been here forever. You know? Definitely been there forever. You gotta love too the friggin' billboards up top on the roof. That's amazing. This is Germantown Ave, Broad, Erie, and Germantown. But the billboards alone, you don't see them that much anymore. Some of the original structures here you could tell too as well, heading down Germantown Avenue. So yeah, Max's, one of these days, Max's I'll swing through. Actually trying to lose weight, so not exactly where you want to go when you're thinking about doing that.